Okay, he thinks he's nice. Okay, I'm putting on Pred.
Yay!
Well, hello, Claddies. It's time to show you guys how to solo manhunt in the Dark Zone with the Striker build. Brought to you by Mr. ADS in your radius. No, but I really felt like showing you guys how I solo manhunt with my strikers with no house. Keyword no house, because that gun is so broken. And people be putting their striker builds, solo striker builds with a house. Nah, I'm gonna show you how to do it with just an AR, a LVOA to be exact. Now I use my showstopper on my back, but only in emergencies. I don't rely on it at all. It's only in case like I'm overwhelmed with players and predator and I need emergency stacks. That's when I use it. And I also use it to proc predatory on NPCs because it has predatory unforgiving. So if I need a quick, if I'm trying to get away and I'm getting bled and there's NPCs in front of me, I use my showstopper, kill the NPC, get that predatory, and keep moving. Now, basically, this build and this playstyle, it's basically keeping your health up, keeping predatory, keeping your stacks, and avoiding getting focused by predator. And like, you can get focused, but if you get bled and focused, that's bad. So you have to keep your distance. So I'm gonna be just explaining to you what I'm, as the video plays, what I'm doing and what I should have done. If I like, there's parts where I messed up, but I did this today like real quick just to like see if I can hit a manhunt real fast in the first server I jumped in, and I was able to. It just depends on servers. I'm gonna be dropping some more videos like this because it varies. It depends on the players, on their sets, how many there are. So I can't always go manhunt depending on the server and what they're running, but I can most likely if I play to this style. So basically right now they're running from me. One of them has a nomad. Nomads are easy to fight, okay? It doesn't matter if there's 4 or 3. As long as there's no pred, just keep your stacks and keep focusing one. Just keep focusing the one. Now I switched. I should have shot the other one, but he was not the closest. So what I was doing was I was going for the closest one to keep my stacks up, in case people like do show up, like that guy with a striker build. Now I start shooting him because I don't know, at that point I didn't know what he had, and I had to keep him off me. So basically I'm trying to keep my stacks up, keep pushing them, like keeping them back from pushing me basically. So he goes down. He has striker build. Just know that he switches to predator later for me. Just for me when I'm fighting more people. Just remember that. But right now I'm shooting the wrong one. I'm supposed to be shooting the other one because I believe I already dropped him. Yeah, up on the extraction I dropped him, so I know he doesn't have his nomad. So if you drop them or you pop their nomad, like just keep focusing that same person. Like if you just pop their nomad, switch. Don't focus the same dude unless you're like super stacked up and you can still melt them. Then 100 stacks, I'll still melt through a nomad. Like even if he just popped his nomad, I'll still melt through him as long as I have 100 stacks. But basically here I ran away from the checkpoint because I just killed 3 of them and I know they're gonna spawn. And if they push me at the same time, it could be bad. So you want to keep your distance. If you kill him right next to the checkpoint, get away from the checkpoint. Everybody knows that. But I had to keep away. This is a new player. He's rushing me hard. I believe he has predator, which he does. When they rush like that and they throw a turret, there's the bleed. They always have predator. If they're rushing you with the house in their hand and they don't have an overheal and they've already shot and there's no striker above their head, they most likely have predator. And he did. And right now I have to get back. I have to just don't even turn yet. You have to pick your battles. At every corner I look to turn and burn. That's what I call it. You turn and burn. So basically if they're lighting you up, you have to turn keep your stacks up. You always have to turn and hit somebody to keep your stacks up. But make sure you either put down a box or pop a booster shot before you turn, so that way you don't get melted or you can do damage or whatnot. So here they're pushing me with it was I don't know if it was 2 more players from the 3. I just know there was a predator, so I had to keep it pushing. I had to keep it moving. And yeah, you got to cure the bleed as fast as possible. If you don't have a box, wait till your last segment, pop a kit. But here I was just trying to catch stacks. I have no stacks, so I have to turn and I have to catch stacks, or melt somebody. You know, either or. You know, it both works. But I had to get some stacks. Like, I won't survive unless I catch stacks. I have a 9k stamina striker build. I'm not tanky, but I'm not squishy. So, but I have it balanced to where I can still hit hard without stacks. I hit stupid hard with stacks. So basically here, that's not a good place to fight, in that little corridor, that little room there. So I had to keep moving. You want to fight them in long stretch hallways, because I use a LVOA. I can beam them all the way down. Like, if they're pushing me, they're rushing me, which you'll see right now. I don't use the house, so I use long range. LVOAs, ARs, lightweights, they're good for long range to mid range, even short range. So if they're pushing you, just focus that dude, and if you have kits, you know, don't be afraid to turn and burn, because kits are gonna save you in the clutch. But basically, I was turning to get stacks, burning as much people as I could. Right here, the dude that I told you about earlier, that went from striker, and I told you he put on predator. That's not him. That's the first predator. He switched to predator, so when I push up right now, you'll see that guy from earlier, and he has pred on. Now, I don't know why. I'm one person. I get it if you're fighting a 4-man and they're just constantly, like, you know, dropping people. Okay, I get it. You switch to predator. But I'm one person. Why did you have to switch to predator? I don't get that. That just means you admit it to yourself. I can't beat this guy, otherwise I need predator. But, you know, they all do it. You know, it's whatever. I'm one person. I can be killed. You don't need predator to kill me. Well, you kind of do, but just keep playing with your build. You'll get me eventually. I don't run for my goal. If you know me, I never run for my goal. I just fight to fight. I fight and see how long I can fight, basically, until I'm out of kits, or I'll make a kit run. You know, but you don't need to switch to predator, because I'm not gonna run and get it off. I'm just gonna keep fighting. So that's the first pred. Now here I have no kits. I also have no stacks, so I have to move, because I don't want to. There's a checkpoint behind me, and I don't want people fast traveling, hitting me from the side. You know, I have to get out of there, basically. And I'm hitting NPCs on my showstopper to catch a predatory in case I get bled, you know, with no kits, which I picked one up. But if I have no kits, I want that little bit of healing to help me, you know, with when I pop booster and drop my box, you know, so that way I don't die instantly when I have no kits. So that's basically what my showstopper is for. I'll hit NPCs, catch some stacks, and get that predatory and keep moving. That's basically why I use my showstopper. That's the only reason I use it. The thing to drop players is my LVOA. That's what I use to drop people. So there, I knew they were on my ass, so I had to kill that NPC, get some stacks. I went for the kit. I had to if it was up. But I turned and I'm like, shh, there's a lot of people back there. Now, I do turn and burn, but that's a lot of players right there, so I had to keep moving. Like, you have to keep moving. Like, this play style, you have to keep moving. If it's 1-2 players, you can fight them out. But if it's as many as 3, 4, 5, you have to keep moving, and you have to pick your fights. That's basically it. Pick your fights. Like here, I look for a good one, time to turn. Like here, I can't turn at all. If I turn, I'm screwed. I just have to find NPCs, and basically that's what I'm doing. If I went right here, I was screwed either way. I have no kits. They would have just melted me down the hallway. I had to look for NPCs. So that's what I'm doing here. But unfortunately, they were too close. You know, there wasn't nothing I could do, and that's the end of it. But if you want to see more Manhunt solo, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.